There we are. That's the correct one. Hello. It's been a while. Last time I put a video up, it was Halloween. It is now mid-March, so it's been a while. Things have happened since then. Things I won't go into. Pretty boring things, actually. Nothing you really want to hear too much about. Some of you probably wondering what's happened to the Shining the Holy Ark playthrough. I'm looking to get back into that. That is not a dead playthrough. That is gonna be finished. We're not even that far away from the end of the game, to be honest. I think there's like 2 dungeons left, and that game's done. So we're like 4/5 of the way through it. So it would be stupid to stop now. But I thought, let's do something else today. I've got the PlayStation 2 out, as you can see. And I've got a few games here we might take a look at. So I've got the first one in the drive now. We're going to do this. Oop. This is a game from 2004, so fairly late into the PlayStation 2's life. It's by a company called Sandlot. And it's called Monster Attack. See, there's a 2003 copyright on there. The box says 2004, but I suspect the game was made in 2003 and didn't come out until 2004. So this game went by another name in Japan. It went by the name of Earth Defense Force. Yeah, those of you who have heard of this game, this is where it started. This is the original Earth Defense Force. It only came out in Japan and Europe. There is no US version of this game. So if you want to play this game in English, you gotta get a European copy. So I've got a partially completed file here. Now let's fix this aspect ratio, shall we? So this game has not been optimized too well. There's no 60 Hz mode. Aspect ratio is standard lazy PAL aspect ratio. So you gotta do some manual adjustment. Stretch this back out. Let's get this. Let's stretch it up a bit more. These games the Earth Defense Force games are known for 2 things. Massive numbers of enemies on screen at once, and terrible frame rates. That'll do. You don't mind about this little bit in the top left corner, do you? Nothing important is really displayed there anyway, so it's not like it's missing anything. Let's shrink me down anyway. Let's just take this and be like, whoop, a little bit smaller. So I've finished this game on easy and normal already. So let's check our weapons. See, ammo 200, 30 damage, 10 reload time 2.5. Better accuracy, better range, better reload time, and better damage, but lower fire speed and ammunition. But let's go for the standard AS-19. And let's go with a regular ass rocket launcher. People who've played the more recent games in the series may be surprised as just how similar the series has kind of always been. Sandlot have just kind of always made the exact same game. Let's tell you what, let's go all the way to the beginning. Oh god. Phone's making noises now. Please don't, Mr. Phone. Let's play on hard. As you can see, those medals in the bottom right corner tell you that I've completed this level on easy and normal. But of course now we have hard, chaos and inferno. So you get the first opening cutscene. There's no dialogue in this game. It's just all text. If you want the story. Apparently, the original Japanese versions. The original Japanese version does have some like people talking to you over the radio, explaining the situation, whatever, to give some more exposition that way. But when it was released in Europe, European publisher didn't see a point in translating that part of the game. Okay, yeah, and you can already see the frame rate is just fucking atrocious. But then again, I'm not surprised. I accidentally shot that lady. Whoops. For a PS2 game, it's doing its thing. It's putting a large number of enemies on screen at once, and it's kind of surprising. Oh Jesus. Oh god. Hang on. This game looks weirdly dark. Hang on. Let's change a setting. That's better. That looks way better actually. Holy shit. Yeah, that looks way better. There we go. For some reason it was just saturation was set to a level that made everything look dark. Okay. Oh good. Now we're trapped. Oh shit. We've got vehicles that we can get into if I can just not get attacked for 5 seconds. Ugh. Tell you what, let's just shoot some of these motherfuckers. Oh, no. I hope you like this track. This is like one of 2 tracks in the entire game. There's the menu song, and then there's this ambient, like, suspense track that plays over every level. This game was originally a budget release in Japan. It was part of the Simple 2000 series, which was like essentially like Sony's like budget line of games, you know, like games that are like simpler games with like smaller lower production values that are sold at, you know, lower prices. To make up for that, were sold under the Simple 2000 range. However, Europe didn't really have anything like that, so it got sold here as a regular PS2 game. And the frame rate is slowly getting better as I kill ants. Your trusty dodge, which is extremely useful, and we're losing frame sync again. Yeah, this is going to be a thing. This is annoying. Oh, we got it back. Right. The game is running at 50 and the PS2 is putting out an interlaced signal. The Magewell is doing its best, but occasionally we will just get a little bit of weird like frame sync problems as it's trying to match up the interlaced frames. There we go. So we've got some extra HP and a grenade launcher that we already have. Good. Grenade launcher that we didn't use. So let's do mission 2. Try and use the rocket launcher this time. Maybe even use a vehicle. Like all future games in the series, this game has like destructible buildings. It's pretty impressive for the PS2. And oh my god, this frame rate just took a shit. Took a massive shit. Oh my god, reload the fucking rocket launcher. Whoop, that's not good. Don't blow yourself up. Oh god, the game is just struggling under the weight of all these ants. Okay, we're in a tank. Different games in the series handle vehicles differently depending on the game. This game gives you pretty much unlimited ammo, so you can just drive around and shoot as much as you like until you run out. The tank just blows up. Future games will include limited ammo counts. A fuel meter is a recent addition. Ugh, I'm just getting oh, okay, yeah, Let me get up, please. Ugh. Ugh. These are all dead. Missions get a little bit more involved than just kill the massive ants later on. Not too much more complicated, but you know, they introduce new enemy types, multiple waves of enemies instead of just the one. Yeah, this game's pretty basic in terms of like weapon types, gameplay, enemy types. There's like 1, There's like 5 enemy types in the whole game. So, yeah, not a huge number. Oh, a flamethrower. Those are useless. Alright, let's choose a different mission this time. Dropships, airplane raid. Alpine raid. That's a good one. Blockade, city siege, breach, behemoth. Oh, this is a fun one. Let's fight a giant monster. How about that? Ow. Oof. The Earth Defense Force games have always been unapologetically rough. They've always been that way. It's a small team that makes them. They're not particularly large budgets. They tend to only do like small improvements from game to game. The biggest change between games was probably between 2 and 3. The engine they used for 3, which was a very early Xbox 360 game, is the engine they're still using today. So the most recent one to come out, EDF 5, is still using that engine that was used since EDF 3. And honestly, it's just been a series of very small improvements, small additions. Again, they're not a particularly big company. Kill this fake Godzilla monster. Oh. Bumped into that building, so the whole thing's coming down. Can't see him, it's just... he's obscured by polygons. Oh, it's going to breathe fire. Don't let him step on you. Oh, I keep running into debris. There we go. This guy's not that difficult. He's kind of slow and not a big deal. Later on, you've got to fight 2 of these things, and then it's like, oh, suddenly that gets tough because trying to avoid 2 at the same time is a bit of a pain in the ass. Here he goes again. He has got another attack where he shoots explosive projectiles out of his chest, but he rarely ever does that one. I've only ever seen it twice. Oh, he's dead. Just get my pickups before they disappear. Awesome. Cool. Did we get a new weapon? No, we didn't. That sucks. The thing I don't like about these games is the how you unlock new weapons. Basically, you have to watch until an enemy drops one of those green weapon boxes that you saw me pick up just now. And whenever you pick one of those up, that's basically a dice roll. The game is like rolling a dice in the background to see if you've got a new weapon or if it's just one you've already got, and that's a bit lame. At some point you just want the new shit, you know? there's a mission very similar to the one we just played called Terror. It's quite a late game mission. There's only like 25 missions in the whole game. It's quite a short game. Yeah, this is very similar, except it's this is a mecha version of the monster that we just fought. Kind of like Mecha Godzilla, you could say. Except not, because Toho would totally sue them. It's not Mecha Godzilla. It's nothing like Mecha Godzilla. Please don't sue me, Toho. This is great. I love how they clearly made it look like it's a cheap costume. Like the way it animates looks like the way Godzilla moves in those old, extremely old Godzilla movies from the 60s and 70s. Like it's a cheap rubber suit or something. It's great. This one's a bit more terrifying because, as you can see, he's got that very powerful projectile attack. Okay, he's noticed me. Here he comes. Oh, and there goes the frame rate again. Good stuff. Oh, ow. Don't get stepped on. Oh! Yeah, see, there we go. Explosive projectiles out of his chest. Except, in this version of the monster, they're homing. In the normal, standard monster, they just kind of fall out of his chest and then blow up after a few seconds. Oh, here he goes. Oh, no, they come out of his back in this one. Okay. Yeah. Same difference. All we can really do is just kind of circle strafe him. Try and make him flinch. Knock him out of his animation. Oh look, see, look, there's a third attack there. Oh, he's got both. He's got the chest ones and new homing ones that come out of his back. There we go. See there, he just flinched. When he takes a certain amount of damage, he flinches, and you can use that to knock him out of an animation if you need to. Oh, frame rate. Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, we're definitely looking at single digit frame rates here. See, I can't avoid those. When those rockets fire, I'm just kind of screwed. Just hope I can kill him before I run out of health. He must be nearly dead, surely. We've pumped so many rockets into him. This guy doesn't have that much more health. Oh, there he goes. He's just died. Excellent. Grab my shit. That's 1 dice roll. And 2 dice rolls. Great. Hopefully one of them is a new weapon. The higher the difficulty you play on... Oh, they're both new. The higher the difficulty you play on, the higher the probability of getting a more powerful weapon, I believe. I believe that's how it still works in the new ones. The more recent ones. So it's like... We've actually skipped a gun. We've skipped the entire AS-20 line completely. We've gone straight to 21, which is nuts. Look. Ammo. 100, 120, 15, damage 15, 15, damage 50. The accuracy's better, but the range is slightly worse. Like, that's a much better gun. Do this one. Let's change the rocket launcher. I want something a bit more accurate for this. Goliath S. There we go. Blow up the dropships. Unlike future games in the series, you can just shoot the dropships wherever. You don't have to shoot them in the directly in the opening on the bottom. In the original games, you could just kind of shoot them wherever the hell you liked. There we go, that one's dead. It starts spouting flame. We've got ants incoming, as well as these little UFO guys. Oh, and he's dead. 2! Excellent, now we can focus on these ones. Oh god! UFOs everywhere. Okay, this game is, it's not all one continuous canon. These games have had, some of the games are direct sequels to earlier games. Some of them are like full-on like reboots or spin-offs or something. Well, don't fall, you I fell. Bollocks. Not good. You fell in the gorge. You just kind of just keep shooting. Oh, is that a weapon drop? I want that weapon drop. I'll be back. I'll be back for you, weapon drop. Luckily, drops don't despawn. They stay there permanently until the end of the mission, so you can just come back later if it's not tactically a great time to do so. But I can just grab that one because it's right there. Good. Thin out some of these UFOs a little bit. So as I was saying, these games are not one continuous canon. I believe the first 2 games, so both PlayStation 2 games, are continuation of the same story. So the second game is a direct sequel to the events of this game. Earth Defense Force 3, or Earth Defense Force 2017 as it was called in the West, is a complete reboot slash soft remake, because it's kind of the same story again, but with like new enemy designs and new weapons and maps and stuff. And then the game after that, Earth Defense Force 4, aka Earth Defense Force 2025, is a direct sequel to 2017. And again, has pretty much the same story and plot as the as 2 did. So you could... Some people like to think that 3 and 4 are remakes of 1 and 2. What am I doing? Where am I going? Where am I even going? I don't know. I'm disorientated. Which is fine. I kind of agree with that as well. Even though, like, enemy designs are very different. You know, lots of other small improvements on top. Okay. Let's thin these guys out. We seem to be finally thinning them out a little bit, which is good. Piss off. Oops, some drops over here. Quickly go get these drops. EDF 5, which is the most recent one, is another reboot with a different universe, different story. Aliens have different designs, although there is always some carryover from previous games, so some units from 4 came back in 5, but you know, by units I don't mean the ants. There are always ants, but I mean like alien robots and stuff came back into 5 with a slightly new, like, updated design, like that sort of thing. But yeah, 5 is basically another complete reboot of the story, and I don't, basically, based on how 5 ends, I don't think there's going to be a sequel to that one. That was not going to be given a follow-up game. There was a Western developed game called Insect Armageddon that came out several years ago for the 360, PlayStation 3 and PC, and it's notable in some ways because it was the first game in the series to introduce online multiplayer as opposed to just the standard split screen. And that game actually has, even on 360 and PS3, actually has a stable frame rate. Because Sandlot, the original Japanese developer, tends to prioritise spectacle over performance, which I think is a noble goal. They clearly got an idea in mind. They want to fill the screen with as many enemies as possible. They want the levels to be fucking ridiculous, and they are perfectly willing to have the frame rate suffer in pursuit of that goal. Which, you know, fine, that's a direction to go. Why not? The developers behind Insect Armageddon did not share that opinion, and so their game actually runs well. Maintains a pretty damn solid 30 on 360. I think it's 30. It might be a 60 game. I doubt it, but yeah, that game like performs really well. It's just the shame about how everything else in that game is just not fun. Insect Armageddon is like just it's missing something. It's missing some magic. There's clearly something that didn't survive translation for that game from East to West, and it's just Earth Defense Force is traditionally a very campy game. It does not take itself seriously. There's usually a lot of melodrama, a lot of black humour, and by black humour I don't mean racist humour, I mean like dark humour. You have to be clear these days, otherwise people will just assume. And something about Insect Armageddon just seemed very self-serious. That game seemed to take itself very seriously in a way that I'm just not down with. And also the menus are confusing. It's got like a weird weapon unlocking / weapon upgrade system that just is it's like several times more complicated and in-depth than the standard Sandlot games, but also confusing. Yeah, I didn't like Insect Armageddon, which is a shame, because the tech side they got right, the everything else side is kind of a bummer. That game's on Steam, by the way. That game's... If you wanted to have a look at that, that game is on Steam, and it's not a lot of money. Let's just kill these last of these guys and then move on. So yeah, hopefully this gives you a good idea of what this game is, how this game looks, how this game performs. Ooh, lots of new weapons. Got the rebound gun, the governor shotgun, the SGM2 shotgun, repair spray, missile launcher. Ooh, wow, cool. So, no auto-saving in this game. If you want to save your progress, you have to do it manually. Let's swap the game. Alright. Let's look at the sequel. Let's look at Earth Defense Force 2, or, as it was known in Europe, Global Defense Force. Global Defense Force is a big improvement over the first game. It has new maps, new enemy types, new playable characters, a greater variety of weapons, more missions, slightly better visuals, I think, and get this, a slightly more consistent frame rate. It's not good, the frame rate is not good, but it's not as fucking atrocious as the first game was. Okay. Still developed by Sandlot. Now, this screen seems really familiar, doesn't it? This music seems very familiar, this menu. Yeah, it's pretty much a... like I said, from game to game, improvements are very slight. Like, the next game will be a slight improvement over the previous one, and that's just kind of how it's always been. With the exception of 3 after 2, because 3 they're jumping to a new generation of consoles and new engine and stuff like that, but yeah. Recounting the story of the first game. Pale Wings. This is the game that first introduced the Jetpack Girls, which has been a series staple ever since. Gigantors, which is the name for the giant insects. Okay, first of all, back to the title screen, because I just wanted you to see the intro, and you can't see the intro unless you start a new game. So let's go to continue. 2006 copyright on this. This game came out the same year that EDF 3 came out for the 360, which is nuts. I believe EDF 2 was also a Simple 2000 PS2 game. This was also a budget game. There we go, so there's our completion rate. Choose equipment. Alright, let's play as the Pale Wing. Your thrust, plasma, ultra wide range. Cool. So this game introduces quite a few new staples for the series. It introduces the spiders, which are included in the games ever since. It introduces night missions. It introduces underground missions. Fans of the series love to hate the underground missions. They're always a nightmare. It introduced flying enemies and giant hives, which have been, again, have come back in the later games lots of times. Bug holes, which are basically just spawners. This game introduced those. There's a better look at one, Eruption. Alright, let's just... Where am I going? Let's go to... this one. Go with normal, sod it. Yeah, this is pretty much the same game, but with lots of minor improvements. Oh no. Giant spiders are attacking London. What a shame. So the Pale Wing, or the Wing Diver, as they will be known in future games, control very differently. Well, for a start, you can fly, and you have limited energy to fly, as you can see on the right-hand side of the screen there. That depletes slowly. As you continue to use the jetpack. Wing divers tend to have a lot less health than the normal soldiers do. That's your trade-off for being able to fly, basically. Oh, there's that frame rate. I did tell you it wasn't good, but I feel like it's definitely more consistent than the first game. It tends to do this a lot less. Uh-oh, they're grabbing me with their webs. Also, recharging your weapon also costs jetpack energy, so you've got to be super careful. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. These motherfuckers just surround you, don't they? Yeah, You run out of health quick as the wing diver or / pale wing. What else is new? Oh, Saurus is back. This guy. Let's pay this guy a visit. It's pretty much the same mission, same enemy. Same little cutscene beforehand where he's stepping on people. Same animations. But hey, look, the game doesn't slow down to a crawl whenever he breathes his fire now. This rapier weapon is incredibly good. Look, he's dead already. Look at that shit. The rapier is incredibly good, but you have to get very close. Dude was dead in seconds. That's... Huh, I'm almost disappointed. Do this... Let's change weapons. Laser. Laser, and how about homing? The Geist. Yep, the Geist. There we go. Some homing and a laser. Do this night raid. You see what that looks like. Night missions look a bit weird because the game kind of uses like an early form of bloom lighting around everything, like the windows. You can see that sort of like smear around the edge of the windows. It just looks kind of blocky and weird. Yeah, it's around everything. It's even around the exhaust on my jets. You see that weird blocky smear. At the end of the day, it's the PS2. You know, and the PS2 is only capable of so much. All right, let's launch some goddamn homing shots. Will they ever reach the target? I do not know. They should just automatically home in. Whether or not they get there or not, I don't know. Oh, there we go. We got one. Laser is a lot longer range than the rapier, but it's less damage, so it's the trade-off. There are some new maps in this game, but this game also does reuse several of the maps from the first game as well. So, you know, small improvements and additions. Oh, armor upgrade. So the armor upgrades are basically what increases my HP. I don't increase your HP in mission. At the end of when you complete the mission, the game will look at how many of the armor pickups you picked up and then permanently upgrade your health bar afterwards. Come on, you fucker. I like how she doesn't like have a proper landing animation. She just kind of pivots wildly whenever you land to like simulate how someone might land with momentum. But it's really just, it's just the model pivoting backwards 45 degrees. She's not actually leaning. It's pretty great. Looks goofy. Which is what I personally want from an EDF game. I want a bit of goofiness. So these games draw a lot of inspiration from like science fiction films from like the 1950s, like B-movie stuff, like monster films like Them and like Tarantula, you know, Attack of the Flying Saucers, Godzilla, obviously. A lot of like mid-20th century like science fiction stuff. War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds, definitely. War of the Worlds is very much an influence in EDF 4 and 5. There are enemies in those games that are pretty much fighting machines from the book War of the Worlds, not that, not the 1960s movie. 60s movie or a 50s movie? I forget. You know, the original colour film adaptation of War of the Worlds, where they made them just floating spaceships instead of walking machines. Yeah, they basically took the walking machines out of the book, made them enemies, which is great. There's obviously like a lot of inspiration from stuff like more contemporary stuff like Starship Troopers, especially in like 4 and 5. 4 and 5 definitely has a lot of like Starship Troopers vibes going on. A lot of like, yeah, kill them all sort of mentality. You know, I'm from Buenos Aires and I say kill them all sort of stuff. Starship Troopers is so good. Did you know that apparently there have been several Japan-produced Starship Trooper movies? Like written, directed, and like acted by Japanese actors? Like actual official Starship Trooper canon films? That is a series that appears to have continued to have a prosperous life over there. That is something that is a universe that apparently appeals to that to that culture in a way that it just kind of fell dead in the West. Like that first movie was really good, and then both the live-action sequels were really bad, and then since then, like, Japan's been like, no, let's make more. We'll do like several like CG animated ones. We'll make them. Don't worry. And that's what they've been doing. Apparently, they're not bad. apparently they're okay, is what I hear. Hell, they even got Casper Van Dien to come back and do the voice acting for Rico. Oh god, which is hilarious because Casper Van Dien is a terrible actor. I think he was good in Starship Troopers purely by accident. Oh, this is great. This is an enemy that has never been reused since this game. At least I don't think it has. It may have come back in a level that I haven't seen yet in EDF 3, because I haven't finished EDF 3. But yeah, this is as far as I know, the only time in the series this enemy has been used. It's just a giant centipede. Which is pretty cool. The funny thing is, once you separate its segments, the individual segments become separate enemies, which is pretty great. Yep, here we go. There's just a chunk of centipede there that's just moving on its own. So you have to blow the centipede apart and then kill the individual segments. I would like someone out there to try and create a modern version of this enemy. I want to see what a modern attempt at creating this would look like. This is a really cool idea. That's just obviously, I guess they felt didn't work well, or they felt it looked bad, or I would very much like them to see. I would very much like to see them take another stab at this enemy design. Okay. Whoa, hello there. Okay. I think this game specifically got re-released, I think, for the Vita. I want to say there is a PlayStation Vita port of this game. Like, they cleaned it up a little bit and then just put it out on the Vita, which is pretty cool. I think that's the only version of the game that received a release in North America. So, like, they did a lot of work too. I think they added more missions, more weapons. I think they added like a third character class as well. It's pretty cool. So it's not just the soldier in the pale wing. It's they added what's it called? They added air raiders, which were a class that were first appeared technically in EDF 4. They went back and retroactively added the air raider class to this game, which is nuts. You see there's like an extra like window breaking effect added to buildings when they blow up and collapse. All the windows just shatter and crash. Geist gets the job done. A little bit slow though. Whoop. Going up here for now. Oh, his antennae are not part of his hitbox. One down. Ooh, weapon drop. We got one over here. What? Oh, ow. Just hurt myself. Oh, health drop. I want that. There we go. Yeah, again, I think the performance is definitely a little bit more stable in this one, which is what you want, really. Where's that dude? He's over here. Looks like he got stuck between the buildings. That's good. That's a bug that works in my favour. What's this green thing over here? Is that a health pickup? Because if so, I want it. Oh, it looks like it's armour. Trying not to over-abuse my jetpack. Running out of jetpack fuel when you're in the middle of a fight is not good. You don't want that. Bad things happen. Glitching out there. It's like a Space Harrier boss. It's like he's just floating around. Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready. Yeah, this is kind of a fully realised 3D take on Space Harrier right here. Just flying around shooting these multi-segmented centipede bosses. There we go. Another weapon drop. Okay, we've got one left. He's over there. Is that one or is that two? Oh, it's two. You've got a big one and a little one just beyond him. Whoop, get out the way. Come on, you motherfucker. There we go. He's moving just a little bit too fast for the homing shots to catch up to him properly. There we go. Whip him down. Big health pack. I want that. There we go. There we go. Alright, one left. Needs a little one. Another drawback of playing as the wing diver is that you can't pilot vehicles. So you can't drive tanks or bikes or helicopters like you can if you were the soldier. That's it. Sweet. Okay. Can we grab this pickup before the game fades out? We can. Excellent. Awesome. The game is pretty cool. Let's make sure I save my progress. I have not finished this game yet. It's I think this game has 50 missions over the first game's 25. Okay. Alright. Moving on. There was a tactics game released as well. Global Defence Force Tactics, or otherwise known as Earth Defence Force Tactics. It's literally just a turn-based 2D strategy game with animated cutscenes when units attack each other. It's pretty dull. It's cool that they made it, but it's pretty dull. I'm not going to show you this. And then I've got all the rest of them here. So here's EDF 3/2017 for the 360, which is a more or less sort of a remake of the first game. And there's 2025, which is a remake more or less of the second game. And then there's that Insect Armageddon I told you about, which is not very good. Then you've got EDF 4.1, which is just a re-release of 2025, but for current consoles. And then this is the new one, EDF 5. This game is pretty good. This actually might be my favourite in the series so far. It adds a ton of improvements and tweaks that I think are huge, and I find make going back to older games in the series quite difficult. Right, let's have a look at some weird shit. Here we go. This is a game I've wanted to look at for a while. This game is called Sega Classics Collection: Unforgettable Gaming History. So you might think, okay, this is like a weird compilation of old arcade games or whatever. Great, whoop-de-doo. No. I mean, yes, but no. You'll see when we get into it. It's bizarre. Okay, let's turn down the volume a little bit. And let's also mess with the cropping, because this game has actually got some half decent optimization. Appreciating the hard rock remix of Splash Wave from Outrun. Okay, so yeah, we've got Columns, Virtua Racing, Bonanza Brothers, or rather Tant R Bonanza Brothers, Space Harrier, Outrun, Monaco GP, not Super Monaco GP, the original Monaco GP. That's right, Super Monaco GP was a sequel. Goldenaxe, and Fantasy Zone. So let's look at Goldenaxe first. So these are for the full games, but they are remakes. These are remakes of the classic Sega arcade games with rudimentary 3D graphics. So I think this story's all new. I don't think this is from the original game. Oh yeah, here we go, yeah. Look at that extremely shitty looking Death Adder. God. That doesn't look good. Looks like an N64 game. So yeah, Sega Ages 2500 Volume 5. So yeah, so these games were released in Japan individually. And at some point they gathered up half a dozen of them or so, or, you know, and just put them all in like a collection and released them all as one in the West. God, look at these character models. It's got the Barbarian, got the what's she called? The Valkyrie? The Valkyrie. You got the fucking oh no! Oh no, Gilius! What do they do to you, Gilius? Yeah, these are budget remakes, like really, really budget remakes. Like, wow. Okay. D-pad to move. Yikes. Yes, this is just Goldenaxe. Oh. And just like normal Goldenaxe, I suck at it. I've never been a fan of Goldenaxe. I just don't find it fun to play. Oh shit. Fucking... Fuck off! Let's use our magic. It was a waste of magic. There's only one dude on the screen, but we lose it when we die anyway, so Shit! Motherfucker! Oh, fuck off! Oh! Alright, let's use our magic. Suck it! Oh, God. They keep coming! Aha! Successful charge attack. Ugh. Best burn it before we lose it. Somehow we survived that. That's me. Revo Image. Anyway, that's Goldenaxe. I mean, it plays just like Goldenaxe. It's just got really, like, bad-looking 3D. Oh, I press the wrong button. Press select. This is like a 2004 release as well, so it's like... Or 2005 in Europe, but the games have a 2004 copyright on them. It's got virtual racing. This is weird, because this is like... They could have just ported the original arcade version of virtual racing to the PlayStation 2, but no, it's a complete... It's a remake of the original Virtua Racing that doesn't look or play as good. 3D Ages, I think, the company that did all these. This one's quiet. Yeah, so here we go. Here's the original 3 courses from that old ass game. Like, they've done a pretty good job of, like, replicating the look, sort of original ass, like, Virtua Racing. I wonder if they did pull any actual assets from the arcade game. Well, he's running at a full 60, which is nice. Or rather, in this case, 50, I guess, because it's, 50 hertz. Oh god. Oh, there's your... Oh, no. There's your cockpit view. I do like original Virtua Racing. I like the fact that the guy can clearly be heard saying time bonus instead of time boner, like he does in the Mega Drive version. Four camera angles. Oh god! There we go. Actually, this isn't half bad. Actually, this is kind of a. This feels okay. The car handling feels a little bit stiff, I think, compared to the original versions, but I think that's something that can be adapted to. Look at that sick Ferris wheel, oh my god. I love this concept of like, yo, these open wheel race cars drifting round corners, and how absurd that is, or how absurd that would be in real life. Like, open wheel racing is an extremely high precision form of car racing. There's no drifting happening, and if there is drifting, it's purely by accident. Because the cars are really not designed for it. I'm going to run out of time. I'm not going to have enough time. Still 12th. I've barely seen another car all race. Uh-oh. Nah, I haven't got enough time to get to the end. Oh, no, it's over. Damn. Try one of the other tracks. It's Acropolis. No, okay. Acropolis was one of the original 3 tracks. For a moment there, I thought they'd included. No, oh well, I guess we're doing Acropolis. No, we're not. For a moment, I thought they'd included one of the exclusive tracks from Virtua Racing Deluxe for the 32X, but no, they haven't. They haven't. I mean, they really should have. That would have been cool. Oh my god. No, stop! Oh, it's really disorientating when you spin around in cockpit view. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no, I want to go to the right. No. Oh, yeah, car handling definitely feels a little bit stiffer. Maybe that's how it was in the original arcade version, I don't know. I would love to see just how faithful this is to the original arcade version. I'll have to look it up at some point, or install it on MAME or something. That sounds like an idea. Because now I'm interested, and I've decided I want to know. Time boner. Take 10th position. No, we're gonna just spin. Oh shit! Oh, you can't get out the way fast enough. we go. I'm trying to think, what are all the versions of Virtua Racing? So you've got the original arcade version. You've got the Mega Drive version that comes in its big old bulky cartridge because it's got that extra chips and stuff inside the cartridge. You've got the 32X version, which is my personal favourite. You've got the Sega Saturn version, which is bizarre. It's very strange. Like, that version wasn't even developed by Sega. That version was like developed by, like, was it Warner Interactive? Did the Sega Saturn version of Virtua Racing? It's like, it's weird. I don't know if there was a port released for the Dreamcast or not, like a Japan-only port or something. I don't think there was. I could be wrong. And as far as I know, this version we're playing now is the last official version of this game to be released. Okay. Back out to the menu again. Look at another game. What are we going to look at this time? Let's look at Monaco GP. Let's look at the game that came before Super Monaco GP. This game was arcade only, I think. Okay. Classic. I suppose this is their take on, like, classic original Monaco GP, I guess. Red Falcon. Blue Mosquito. Blue Mosquito is missing a lot of its front there. It's just a big old exposed engine. That car has jet engines. That's cool. The Goliath. The Green Gigantes. Red Falcon. Red Falcon's just like a normal looking F1 car. It hasn't got like an exposed engine or dumb looking jet engines on the side or nothing. Alright, let's go with Blue Mosquito. Oh, some heat shimmer effects. Getting fancy. Or this game's version of fancy. Yeah, the top down. Oh shit, you've got to use the stick. I don't like this. I suspect this is how the original arcade version played. You have to press up on the stick to accelerate. Oh, ice! Oh! Like you just immediately blow up. Oh god. What the fuck? It's like the most dangerous race on Earth. Don't touch the other cars or you'll die. Ugh. Well, my time limit ran out, so I don't know why I'm still racing. Shit. Maybe you just have a limited number of cars, I guess. But if that's the case, why have a time limit at all? Okay, no, let's try original this time. Let's go with Red Falcon. Huh, it's just square. Use a button to accelerate this time. Oh shit, I can jump! You can rotate the camera with the... You've got power-ups, you can jump. Oh, this is okay. I suspect this was not in the original arcade game. Like the menu says, this feels like an original mode made just for this remake. Oh, those deadly ambulances that are faster than the race cars. Oh Jesus, no! That's just like invincibility, I'm assuming. Shit! No, didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that. What are these stars even doing? No, shit. Oh shit, big car. I'm assuming this means I can't be... Yep, I can just bash into other guys and just knock them out of the way. Nope. Tried to get out of the way, but I couldn't. Let's be safe. Shit. Oh, was that a single lap? Oh, that's nuts. Go the wrong way. I can! Why would you ever do this? This is insane. Yeah, I think I'm done. Right, let's back out to the menu again. Space Harrier. Alright. Let's see what your interpretation of Space Harrier looks like. Oh no! Oh no, look at that mammoth! Oh no! Oh, the poor mammoth! Oh no!
Arcade.
Yikes.
Get busy, Harrier. Dragonland is screaming.
Here we go. Circle button to shoot. Ooh, the power-ups. Heresy! There were no power-ups in Space Harrier. You do have a rapid fire option. I like this remix. Can you still run on the ground? No, you can't. That's a shame. Original game, you could run on the ground. What have they done to the dragon? That's not the Space Harrier dragon. That looks weird. I don't like the new dragon design. That doesn't look right. Come on, buddy. Oh shit, you got bombs. That's nuts. Again, heresy. Come on, buddy. Last one. Alright. The weird, like, chain reaction explosion effect is kept. That's good. Where's the voice? Where's the voice that tells me I'm doing great? What? There's meant to be a voice that says, "You're doing great, keep going!" But it wasn't there. I don't know how I feel about this. Also, those shots home in on you. I'm sorry, that's dumb. Okay, it's the giant spinning mass of Moai heads now. Yeah, here it is.
got it, Carrier. But it's just starting.
Oh god. I missed the power up. What is that? Oh, it's a ship. Okay. Nope, 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 nope. Just destroy all the mushrooms. Oh, it's this dragon again. Oh, it's a three-headed dragon now. Okay. I forgot it was a three-headed dragon. Or a two-headed dragon, rather. I'm out of bombs. One head. Two heads. It seems easier than I remember.
It's all good. Keep on the move.
Oh shit, okay, we got the weird tunnel sequence. Oh good, good, lovely, great. Oh no. Whoop. Oh, you can run on this one. I've got robots. Oh, it's Falcor. The weird kitten demon. Look at this thing. Oh, you've got to destroy the trees. Oh. Bye, strange cat dragon thing. Thinking about dying. Let's go. Yep.
Fight, Carrier. Get ready.
There we go. Not how I feel about this one. Let's look at one more. Let's look at one more and we'll call that a video. Let's obviously look at the most important one here, Outrun. The problem is, if this plays like original arcade Outrun, I'm not going to be very good at it. Original Outrun is just not a game I'm very good at. There we go. It's got Passing Breeze, Splash Wave, Magical Sound Shower. There's only one option.
Get ready.
So far, pretty faithful. Is that a theremin? Or is that just keyboard? It might just be keyboard. Oh Jesus! Not good! Low gear. Alright, go left! Nope, too late. Uh-oh. Man, we didn't... Okay, let's try that again. Oh, I like the animated background there. That's kind of a nice touch. Okay, let's try this again.
Get ready.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Death. Oh, Jesus. Yep. Not good. I just find the time limit in old Outrun to be way too strict. Like, look, we're not even at the end of the first area and already... Like, this is a game that requires you to be on your shit. Nope. It's just, there's not enough time. There's not enough time. I wonder if there's like a score mode or something, or just a chill out and drive mode, like in Outrun 2. Time limit. Fucking hell, just crank it all the way up. 95. Game level. Let's crank it down. Gear mode, manual, automatic. Game mode, international, Japanese. What's the difference? That's interesting. Set it to Japanese. Cornering, middle, dull, sharp. Sharp. Sure, whatever. Alright, let's try that. Ranking, time attack, okay, range. What's a range?
Get ready.
Full 95 seconds this time, so just enough time to make it to the next zone, let's hope. Shit. Also, I find that the incredibly low angle of the camera in original Outrun just makes judging corners very difficult. Because half the time you can't fucking see the corners until it's too late. Go left.
Checkpoint.
I will say this though, original Outrun has such a good soundtrack. Outrun, classic Outrun soundtrack may be the best soundtrack Sega ever produced. To this day. Like, Splash Wave, Passing Breeze, and fucking Magical fucking Sound Shower. 3 of the best songs in any video game ever. Super chill. You could put these songs on at any point, easy. Uh oh, fuck. South Avenue, North Street. Okay, go! Nope. Oh well, we got to see a little bit more of the game that time. Yeah, I'm just not very good at original Outrun. Never have been. I got a high score though. Sure, why not? Oh, I think we'll leave it at that, shall we? Anyway, it's good to see you again. I'll get on to making the rest of that Shining the Holy Ark playthrough as soon as possible. We'll finish that off, and we'll try and resume a more regular schedule, shall we? Well, I say schedule, probably not a schedule, but yeah, try and do some stuff a little bit more often than as of late. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I am the Real Blue Dragon, and goodbye. Oh shit, that's right, the eye patch!